I was like, oh,
And we are live, Mr. Bruce. How are we
yo.
doing on this fine evening?
I'll be better as soon as I pour this beer.
Well, then you
This
pour.
juice. This juice.
I have my water in my
I
packaged
have
glass.
nice, nice. I
Keep me
have
hydrated.
a. I am dehydrating, I guess.
Yeah, Bruce, that probably doesn't help your sleep deprivation.
I mean, no, working or not working would help my sleep deprivation.
Yes, but that would not help pay the bills that are currently getting you Chipotle.
Ooh, touche, touche. Yes, I am getting Chipotle right now, you guys. It's the lovely fiance. Sorry, I had to lubricate the good old
The vocal
talk
cords.
bones. The talk bones. No, she's definitely getting me some Chipotle. Feeling that stuff right now. Can't wait. Can't wait. Yeah, it's
How
gonna be
are
good
how are
stuff.
you doing, Bruce? How was Well, we're not going to talk about Sunday yet, but how has your week been?
Busy, dude. Work has been work. Work's been work. Kids are still not in school. Um, that 4:45 alarm clock going off every morning. I'm telling you, man. It's
Why
been
is your alarm 4:45?
uh, because I get up to walk my puppies,
Okay.
and it takes me about a half hour to get to work. So I usually try to get to my start time is 7 a.m. at work, and
Really? You
people don't
start at
care.
7?
Yeah, I start at 7 a.m.
Wow. When does
So
when does school start?
school, well, on like normal school, normal
Yeah.
normal school starts. I don't even remember. It's been so long. 7:25,
Oh, okay. So you guys haven't switched over yet.
7:30, maybe something like
Okay.
that. Maybe we did switch. I don't know, dude.
I don't know.
Like,
Anyway,
I don't know, dude. There's been so many different like times change and
so
crap. I don't know. I don't
so
know, man. It's 2020. I'm just living here.
Bruce, do you want me to start or do you want to start?
Dude, I am so apathetic to the franchise located in Chicago that
Yep.
plays football. They will remain nameless
No, that's the
until
Washington football team.
they are the franchise that play in Chicago on the lakefront. Uh,
We'll go with that.
we'll go with that. That's the name of them from now on. Um, it's you could start, but let's just say that I'm very apathetic, and I'm gonna try not to get as heated as I did last week.
No,
But
please get as he did. That was great for content.
I'm gonna tell you right now, there are no guarantees to my filter right now.
Oh boy, that's what I like to hear.
Well,
Um,
we'll see about that, buddy.
okay, well, I'm going to start off with two very hot takes, and then I'll calm down. Number
Oh
one, Aaron Rodgers is the NFL MVP. Number two, Devontae
no,
Adams is the best wide receiver in the NFL. Now
you're such a
I will let
homer.
everyone process. I will
You are
let
such
Bruce
a
process.
homer. You are such a homer.
Oh no no no, dear Bruce! I have
Such a
reasons.
homer.
I have
Okay,
statistics. Do not worry. Do not fear. MJ is here with all of the statistics.
that
Now,
was
I wanted to give you a little
good.
poetry to start off the night.
That was good.
So now that we've started with that, I mean, the Packers beat the Eagles. Their defense only gave up 10 points. The Eagles scored six more because J.K. Scott, our punter, doesn't know how to tackle, and for the second time in 3 weeks, has now given up a punt return. Really, just because he doesn't know how to cover on a punt, and also is becoming a really bad punter. So that's frustrating. That needs to be fixed before the playoffs. But the defense did what they needed to do against a bad team with a very bad quarterback in Carson Wentz and a very bad coach in Doug Peterson and a terrible offensive system. They beat them down, got an interception, did what they needed to do. Eagles offense only scored 10 points. Rodgers set some more records. I mean, overall, it was a very good day. Yes, there are some things you can nitpick, but when your defense only gives up 10 points, and the Eagles defense is not bad. They are a top 10, top 12 defense, specifically their front, their pass rush. And our offensive line did very well, even with our starting center out. So there were a lot of very good things. Put up 30 points. Rodgers and Devontae looked as good as ever. Aaron Jones got his 77-yard run at the end of the game, where David Bakhtiari, our left tackle hit a top speed of 18 miles per hour getting downfield to block. That is an offensive lineman going
This,
18 miles an hour downfield for his boy.
this is
That is
so
what we call dedication, teamwork.
cool.
That's what the Packers have.
Who cares?
Well, I didn't even think about it until Matt Schneidman. That's all he wanted to ask about in the post game press
Really?
conferences was, "Hey, Aaron, Rod, did you see how fast David was running?" And Aaron Rodgers goes, "Yeah, I did. It made me look kind of bad because I wanted to run downfield and support too, but David was faster than me."
Well, at the end of the day, I mean, like offensive linemen aren't offensive linemen of like yesteryear,
Right.
weighing like 100-some pounds and
Yeah.
starting for the Dallas Cowboys and blocking for Emmitt Smith. Like that was a big offensive line.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, no, it's not like that anymore. These guys are athletes. These guys look good. They're just good football players.
Yeah.
They're overall good football players.
But still, you don't expect them to run that fast.
That's fair. 18 miles an hour. Man,
That's really
yeah,
fast. Aaron, so to give you context, Aaron Jones' top speed on that run was 20 miles an hour.
still 2 miles an hour faster. That's significant.
I mean, yeah, but I
When
don't
it comes to
know.
running,
What?
that's a significant difference
I mean,
in
yes, but also
preparation
I
of
feel
like
I feel like
of
the difference between an O lineman and a running back would be bigger than that. I don't know. That's just me. David
that's fair.
Bakhtiari is a big dude.
That's fair.
Anyway,
Hey, real quick,
I'm sure you have things to yell at me about, so go for it.
no, I'm not gonna yell at you about it. I was actually just gonna make the comment on how much has changed in what 24 months since Doug Peterson
Yep.
and Matt Nagy met in the playoffs, and no one would ever thought that we would ever come down to this, and it would be like this for both teams, really, because the Eagles are garbage, dude. The Eagles are like
It's
you want to talk about another dumpster fire,
seriously, it's
but
bad.
if we must. I'm totally okay with like talking very limitedly on this because I want to look at the positives that we have going in sports right now in
Yes.
Chicago. I don't want to completely drain my energy talking about the team on the lakefront that plays in Chicago. But to talk about that though, I actually think Mitchell Trubisky has been playing fairly well. Should he have protected the ball? Yes. Should he have that time and that mental clock in his head as a starting quarterback in
Yes.
the NFL? 100%. Yes. But Fetty, obviously, and again, I'm going to preface this. These players are elite athletes. That's the reason why they play in the NFL.
Yes.
However, they get to be scrutinized by my bum ass who has never touched an NFL football field and will never touch an NFL football field unless that I am so graciously awarded something and a reason for me to
Or like a
put
press pass or something.
on there. Oh, attention NFL, please provide Third Down Thursdays with 2 press passes. Thank you.
Please and thank you.
Please and thank you.
Thank you very much.
But no, I don't know. Okay, so real quick before I'm totally going tangent right now, and I told you like my mental focus has been sparse at best today.
That's okay.
But
Me too.
but I really think that Matt Nagy hasn't given up play calling. The reason why I thought that was the first half, by the way, the play calling was great. You had Montgomery running the ball really well.
Yep.
I think he ran 11 times for like 70 yards, 60-some, 70 yards.
He looked good.
He looked great. And even
Cordell
Cordell
Patterson.
he looked awesome. They were
Yeah.
running the ball really well. Anytime you get an offensive line, whether they're 32nd in the NFL or first in the NFL, as long as they're able to go after the opposing defense, it's always a good thing. Being aggressive and not always being defensive, for lack of a better term,
Yes.
as defensive lineman is huge. It's great. It's fun. They get to maul people. They get to be old school smash mouth football and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Guess what? It still works. I'm sorry. And innovators of the passing game, Matt Nagy, descendants of Coach Reed, like it's still the same way. You have to be able to run the damn ball.
Yeah.
And you saw that in the first half. And guess what? The Lions ran the ball in the second half more than the Chicago Bears did.
And they won.
Oh, I already said their name. I didn't want to say that. I didn't want to say their name. Didn't want to say their name.
It's okay, Bruce. I forgive you.
Uh, didn't want to say their name.
Okay, so let me give my perspective since Bruce is very apathetic today. Um,
100% I am.
I watched
What?
the second most of the second half of that game with my dad. I fell asleep during a little bit of it. So
Oh,
so I missed the one thing I missed was
what?
Trubisky's fumble. Um, but
So then,
I watched everything else, and first of all, that defense is not what it used to be at all.
100%. No, it's
I
not. It's not
mean,
getting any. It's not okay. So now you got me going. Okay. All right. Now you got me going. I'm interrupting you and I'm being rude. So I apologize,
no,
MJ,
go for
for
it.
I know we're gonna have some viewers that are like, "Why are you always an ass?" Uh, but Chuck Pagano needs to understand that this is not the Chicago Bears defense of 2018.
Yep.
Hell, this is the Chicago Bears defense of 2019. Frankly, it's just not like you're calling defense for 4 down men rushing and that's it. You're not calling
Yeah.
blitzes. Staying in zone. You're thinking you can get pressure with 4 down linemen, and that's not going to happen with this team right now.
No.
It's not. It's not. Akeem Hicks, I don't think he's healthy. Khalil Mack didn't practice for the second straight day in a row. I don't think he's practiced all week. Excuse me. And it's just I don't. The tank is on, baby. The tank is on. Like,
Ooh.
give me a line. Give me a line for Zach Wilson. Give me a line for just give me something right now. Just give me something because like next year we're gonna see there's gonna be big time changes. I think if you want to give a percentage out there, I think that we are 67.3% chance of the Chicago Bears making a change to the front office, coaching staff, the whole overhaul of the whole team.
So
And I do not, and I do not, and let me put it out there real quick. I do not want Harbaugh touching this franchise. Do not want that. I do not want.
Are Trubisky or Foles in a Bears uniform next year?
Trubisky probably not. Foles, yes, because you can't get rid. You might not be able to get rid of that shitty contract. Although it's a fairly cheap contract because it's very incentives laden.
Yes.
So, but at the end of the day, though, that's all barring like you drafting a quarterback. And please draft a quarterback. Please draft a quarterback. The most successful franchises in the NFL have drafted quarterbacks.
That's true.
And continue to draft them. Just draft them. You have Aaron Rodgers. We'll have him up in Green Bay. You have a Hall of Fame quarterback. Guess what? You had a Hall of Fame quarterback before Aaron Rodgers. And guess what? You draft a quarterback. Why?
Yep.
Because it's a smart move to do. It's an insurance policy.
Absolutely. And Jordan Love isn't even touching the field. Like he has not been active for a single game. And this may be a hot take, but let's say Rodgers gets hurt. I don't even think Love is the backup. Like, they do not want him touching. They don't even want him suiting up. He is going to learn. He is going to grow because he's very raw right now. But you know what? When Aaron Rodgers' contract expires after 2023 and we need someone to go to, Jordan Love is going to be much more ready, most likely, than anybody the Chicago Bears will touch in the next 4 years.
100%. Unless you stumble on and we all know the Chicago Bears quarterback history. It's not going to happen.
Right.
We all know what kind of unless you stumble on sorry, I just saw a text from someone. We know we all know what kind of quarterbacks the Chicago Bears draft. So you're going to end up getting someone that's crappy. But unless you end up getting like a Patrick Mahomes or you used to somehow stumble onto that, which I doubt because it's the Bears and it's just not.
Yeah.
It's not. Yeah.
Yeah.
And frankly, I don't even think Allen Robinson is going to be back next year.
No, I doubt it. They haven't given him the money, so why would he?
Oh, let's go down that. Let's go down that rabbit hole.
That road, Bruce.
Okay. Allen Robinson, I love Allen Robinson. I'm a huge extend A-Rob person.
Yes.
They need to extend the guy, but geez, how do you not know where the first down marker is? And
no. Did you see? So there's the strip on the line.
Right.
On the first down line, but then there's the guy with the marker. And as he was coming, the guy with the marker took a step to the left. And so Robinson, he was looking at the chain, not the marker on the ground. He was looking at the guy with the chain. And so after he passed the guy with the chain, he stepped out. So I understand the mistake. He still needs to know that the guy with the chain is not the marker. It's the thing on the ground. but I can understand why he would make the mistake. Either way, very bad mistake,
Thing
but
on the
I
ground.
understand it.
The thing on the ground. By the way, the Chicago Bears have moved up in your offensive DVOA rankings.
It is a Christmas miracle. You
It is
play
an
the
absolute.
Detroit Lions. I'm
Hey,
proud of you.
it's a Hanukkah miracle.
It's a
And
holiday miracle.
to those of you that are Jewish out there, happy Hanukkah. Today, I believe, is the first day of Hanukkah, so
Oh, it is.
I had to toss that out there. Happy
Yes.
Hanukkah. But anyways, yeah,
The last football thing I want to touch on is
what's a
the
football?
okay, Bruce.
Sorry.
The last football thing I want to touch on is what I tagged you in on Twitter. It
Yes,
was
yes, yes,
so here you can introduce it. You
yes. Okay,
go
fair.
for it.
I was actually well again, that was in my mind to talk about. Then we started talking about Allen Robinson.
It's
I need
okay.
to
I
start
got you.
thinking of like what we're going to talk about right here, or what I want to touch on. It's called organization, Bruce. So one of the rumors, or one of the things that are being tossed out there, is the potential for trading Khalil Mack for Dak Prescott. The only team, the only guy that I could see taking on Khalil Mack's contract is a Jerry Jones type.
Yep.
So I'd be totally cool with it. I'm a big fan of Dak Prescott. I actually think he's great. The dude is an absolute stud. He still has the most amount of 400 yards passing in games passing in the NFL. He's still current.
Yeah.
I think it's like 2 to 4 around that area. I
Yeah.
saw it earlier today. I read it somewhere. But anyways, the Bears need to make that happen. But the only problem with that though is you don't know who's going to be in your front office next year. So you can't make that move until you know who's going to be in the office. How are you going to make that move?
Yes, but don't you almost have to make that move expecting that you're going to make a front office change? Don't you almost have to make the move regardless of who's in the front office? Just because that's what's better for the franchise. Like if you can really pull that off. Let's say
No.
Dak Prescott tells the Cowboys, "I do not want to come back here. I'm giving you the chance to sign and trade me," or some crap like that. The Cowboys would probably say yes to that. And for the Bears, don't you have to make that move regardless of knowing who your GM and head coach might be? I mean, whoever the head coach coming in, I promise you they would rather have Dak Prescott than Foles and Trubisky. So it's not like it's a risky move. He was athletic. I don't know how athletic he will be. It was a very Gordon Hayward-esque injury, which has seemed to limit Hayward a little bit. But again, I don't know. I'm not medical. I don't know what's going to happen. Let's assume he comes back his normal self. He's athletic. He can pretty much run most offenses. So I'm not going to be worried about a scheme fit with Dak Prescott.
Okay, that's fair. And I don't disagree with any of the points that you made, because to be honest with you, I agree. But just for devil's advocate,
Yeah.
The Bears have a continued track record of making moves, doing things without bringing in the proper people to evaluate and bring in all the professional opinions, scouts, all of this, that, and the other for them to make a good decision. So that being said, I'm for it, but it could be one of those situations where we're not going to talk to a doctor. We're not going to talk to a trainer. Let's just sign Dak Prescott because we think he's going to be awesome and amazing for this franchise in the coming years.
And then he's never himself again.
Right, and he's never himself again. You don't know. It's a gamble.
You know, that would be a very Bears thing to do now that I think about it.
But again, it's one of those situations where you need to make a calculated risk, and you need to make that contract. You would have to make that contract because I think this is his last. Yeah, this is his last year in Dallas. Whatever contract you offer him has to be, in my opinion, heavily incentive-laden. Again,
so I don't know if you remember, but I asked you a long time ago at the beginning of the season. I said, Bruce, if the Minnesota Vikings walked in and said, let me ask the question first so the people know what you're saying no to. The Minnesota Vikings walked in and said, hey, Chicago Bears, I've got a deal for you. I'm going to give you Kirk Cousins, and we're just going to take Mitchell Trubisky. No, don't worry about contracts. Don't worry about picks, nothing. just Cousins for Trubisky. Where you are today, with the success Kirk Cousins has had this year, granted not in primetime games, but the Vikings are 6-6. With the success Kirk Cousins has had, compared to the two definitions of mediocrity, actually worse than mediocrity quarterbacks that you have on your roster, tell me why you would not make that deal.
Oh, you can continue like elaborating on your question because
No,
I'm just
that's. I mean,
like no, you like honestly like it's a very 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 compelling, well thought out question, and frankly, I don't really have an answer right now for it. I flat out don't. I think it's more of me, the fanboy in me of thinking that Trubisky is still going to somehow be successful, even though he's not. He's not. But yeah, I guess if I wouldn't. Okay, so let me preface this. If I didn't have to worry about the amount of money in that contract that Kirk Cousins has,
he's in
as
like
you
the last year of his deal.
is this the last year of Kirk Cousins?
Next year is, I think.
We gotta check to see what that contract says, dog. Because if it's still
Let's see. Kirk Cousins contract. Salary breakdown. We are going to go. He has 2 years left.
yep.
2021 and 2022.
Yeah,
He
and
makes $35 million in
yeah,
2022. You said what?
I'm good, dog. I'm good, dog. Like he pulled
Yikes.
okay, so he did some like what the hell is the show? Movie Ocean's 11 type shit going on there with that
How
contract.
did
That was a
okay?
contract steal.
How did Kirk Cousins get $35 million out of any? I understand the Vikings are desperate because they're trash. Let's be honest. They're awful. But $35 million in 1 year? I don't care that you're getting him for 9 this year. You know what that means, Bruce? That means they can't pay Justin Jefferson at that point.
Truth.
They're not going to be able to pay Justin Jefferson.
What's and Dalvin Cook's on his rookie deal still, isn't he?
No, he signed an extension.
Yeah, yeah.
So they're not going to be able. I mean, granted, they might be able to pay Justin Jefferson, but then that's it.
I will say, like, so recently though, Kirk Cousins has been really good helping Minnesota improve.
Well, he is. Justin Jefferson is one of the best receivers in the NFL. I mean, he should. This is what he should have been doing last year, and at the beginning of the year. I don't know why it took him so long.
It's all about Skull, dude.
He has
all about
such
Skull.
incredible talent. He has one of the top 5 running backs in the NFL. He has 2 top 15 receivers right now. Kyle Rudolph is a very good, reliable tight end. Even if your offensive line is bad, you have plenty of options there, and their O-line is not bad because Dalvin Cook has been running all over creation. So
Right.
you have one of the best on paper offenses in the NFL. I don't understand why they've been so bad. It drives me crazy when Aaron Rodgers is throwing to Devontae Adams and then no one. And they have Thielen and Jefferson, and they're wasting it with Kirk frickin' Cousins.
So, okay, so the ineptitude of the Chicago Bears front office. I'm sorry, this is totally tangenting. Came through again last week by the fact that Ryan Pace signed Mike Glennon to any contract is ridiculous to me. Did you see Mike Glennon's pass for the Jaguars last week? That his touchdown pass.
No.
It epitomizes Mike Glennon. So he threw a pass that should have been picked, bounced off the hands of I think the defender. Is that Akers? It better not be Akers. It was. I didn't start him in fantasy. Damn it.
Neither did I. It's okay.
But anyways, as I was saying though, it bounced off the defender's hands and then just suddenly fell into the receiver's lap in the end zone.
Oh, I see it now. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. So I don't know. I was just looking at this website's rankings for quarterbacks, and they showed Mike Glennon, and the first thought process came to me like, just ugh.
Yeah.
But hey, so breaking news.
Breaking news.
As soon as our show's done, I have some sweet Chipotle.
Nice.
dude,
As soon as our show is done, I have no idea what I'm doing because I'm starved out of my mind and there's not really food in my house.
This is great. This is what happens when we're guest free, you guys.
I mean,
We
this is the content that TikTok is gonna like. Not that they don't like our guests, but I mean, Bruce, you have gotten more views on your rant on TikTok than any of our guest clips have ever gotten.
wow.
So,
Yeah.
that's just how it be.
Hey, TikTok famous dog. It's a TikTok world.
It is
Get in or get out.
TikTok. Tic-tac-toe. What am I gonna say? Okay, now that Richie is probably gonna humiliate us with that.
TikTok world. Get in or get out.
Okay, Bruce. Do you want to pull up the NBA
Yes,
top
that's
20?
actually what I was currently doing. And
Because I have a specific issue with number 4, as far as I remember.
Yes. 100% yes, and I know who exactly it is, and I love him though.
Oh yeah, he's great. Don't get me wrong, but he's not number 4.
Yeah, he is. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. 100%. I
Okay,
actually think
we're gonna have some issues.
I actually think that. So this is so I want. All right. So if you guys didn't know, a certain franchise, wow, a certain franchise ended up dropping their top 100 players currently in the NBA.
ESPN.
That's whatever. Anyway, so for sake, I don't have the 11 through 20, MJ. I only have the top 10. Can you grab the 11 through 20? So we'll actually hold on. I might be able to pull that up if I can, because I think it's an ESPN Plus thing, and I don't have it.
Do we really not have access to the?
No, you don't. It has to be ESPN Plus, I believe. But
I might have ESPN Plus.
They tweeted all that ish out though, so we're good.
I
got it. All right. Well, it's not all of it, but I got some of it. So
okay, that's fine.
So number 20 is Paul George.
Ooh, that's rough.
Zion.
I am interested by that. Also, Paul George's extension today.
Dude, max contract. He got that max deal.
And you know what Kawhi is going to do after this season? Kawhi is going to say, bye-bye, Paulie.
Yep.
Bye-bye, Paulie. I'm going to go get a max deal somewhere else where I can win, and I'm going to leave you stranded in L.A. with early first-round exits every year.
Kawhi's going to go back east.
Ooh. Oh, also, before we get into, like, rankings, along with the news, James Harden trying harder than anyone in this world to get out of Houston. And they're like...
He was at a strip club, by the way.
Oh, of course he was.
Did you hear about that?
No.
So he didn't... Okay, so it's rumored, and honestly, I think it's true. And
probably.
There are some sources out there that are very accurate with information like this. That he was at a strip club instead of reporting to Rocket Camp. And
shocker.
Yeah, and he has to do two... I think it was 2 negative COVID tests a day for 6 days straight.
Yep.
For him to report to camp.
Yep, which means he's going to miss their first preseason game.
Yep, preseason game. Chicago Bulls are back. Let's go.
Oh yikes, that's oof. Anyway, yeah. So read off the top 10.
Sorry, my bad. All right, we're tangents galore tonight. People are gonna be like, "Why do I watch this shit?"
It's okay. Richie's gonna enjoy it.
That's true. All right, let's go. Oh, shoot! I forgot to talk about this. I'll talk. Once we kind of like wind down from the basketball ranking stock. I'll bring this up. All right, so number 10, Nikola Jokic.
Okay.
I like him. Number 9, James Harden.
Interesting. Okay.
Number 8, Steph Curry.
Okay.
Number 7, so this is interesting to me. These two. So let me tell you real quick before you and I get into our heated debate on this, because I think we will. I'm looking at this from a pure perspective of who I would want to have to build my
start
team
a franchise.
on.
Yeah.
Correct. Okay. So Steph Curry is number 8. Number 7, Damian Lillard. Right. That was my first question.
Oh, okay.
Number 6, Kevin Durant.
Okay. Okay.
Number 5, Kawhi Leonard.
Ooh, okay.
Number 4, Luka.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3, Giannis.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, Anthony Davis.
And number 1, LeBron.
Correct. Are you writing this down?
No. No, but I have it pretty locked in my head.
It's pretty good.
Okay. So I have no problem with 1 through 3.
Interesting.
So when you phrase it under your
Thought.
where I'm gonna start a franchise, I don't
So it's
inherently have an issue with Luka at 4.
Okay.
But the kid's played 2 seasons in the league. If I'm being realistic, the risk associated with taking, let's just compare Luka and Dame. Let's compare Luka and Lillard. Okay, which I think Lillard should be lower than Curry, but it's fine. We'll get to that later. The risk associated. Does Luka have a higher upside? Does he have a higher potential? Absolutely. But am I confident at this point in time that he is going to consistently do that? No. He improved from first to second year. Absolutely. If I remember correctly, he almost averaged a triple-double. I mean, the kid is extremely talented. I think he's going to be very special. But after 2 years, to put him at number 4, part of the reason he averaged a triple-double is the Russell Westbrook effect that Porzingis was out half the year. There was nobody else on that team to score, get assists, or rebounds. So, yeah, if you're the most talented player on that team, you're probably going to get a crap load of stats. So, to put him over Kevin Durant, to put him over Kawhi, and to put him a step below Giannis, I think that's disrespectful to some of the other people in that top 10. I would rather start a franchise right now with Nikola Jokic.
What? Over Luka?
Yes.
No freaking way.
Yes.
A dynamic point guard or I'll say ball handler because there really isn't any positions in the NBA or basketball anymore.
I mean, he's a 1 through 3.
A dynamic ball handler with that has insane stretch and sees the floor so well and can score.
And you're naming all of those things that are also Nikola Jokic.
He's not a ball handler.
He is an incredibly better defender than Luka is. Luka's not good at defense yet, and Jokic gives me all of that from the center position, stretch 5, where he's also one of the best defensive centers in the NBA. Give me that over Luka right now. Talk to me in a couple years, and I'll absolutely change my mind. But right now, no. Luka is not number 4.
I would totally take Luka right now over Jokic. I love it. I do like Jokic too.
Yeah.
Is he Jokic or Jokic?
Jokic.
Yeah. But no, I actually like not. Got me confused now. No, I like Luka over Jokic. But anyways, real quick. So Westgate, he shakes his head. We're gonna totally disagree on this. I know we are.
It's okay. Yeah.
So Vegas, today's the 10th, right? Today's the 10th. Lock.
Yes. Yeah.
All right, so it's the 10th. So Vegas, Westgate in Vegas, just released their MVP odds for the NBA's upcoming season, and guess who is leading the way currently to win the MVP?
Anthony Davis?
Nope.
I'm guessing it's not LeBron.
Nope.
Giannis?
I'll give you 1 and 2. So Giannis is actually one of the 2 people, correct?
Giannis and probably KD. No?
Number 1 is Luka. Dude, even Vegas set that, saying that he's going to be the MVP. So right now, Luka is a 4-1.
So here's the thing, right? Okay, you can keep talking. I have a little bit of research to do before I go off. Because that's just no.
That's great.
That's just no.
It's great. So right now, Luka is 4-1 to win the MVP.
4-1?
4-1 after opening at plus 450 to win the award. Antetokounmpo is plus 750, and then LeBron's third and Anthony Davis are tied in third at 8-1. Curry is 12-1 and Harden is 14-1.
Okay.
It's interesting though.
I need to go look. So I want to. He averaged like 28, 8, and 8 last year, which is good. I want to look at.
As a 2021-year-old.
But again, so there's a couple things. Number one, his field goal percentage is still fairly low. His 3-point percentage is very low.
Yes.
His true shooting is not even all-star level true shooting. He takes an incredible amount of shots because there was no one on the team to take the shots.
Again,
So, of course.
he is the best player under the age of 24 in the NBA.
I'm not completely fresh with who that is,
And-
but the only person where I'd be also tempted, and this is really going to piss you off. This is really going to piss you off when I say this. The other person, also a Denver Nugget, that I personally would take is Jamal Murray.
Over Luka?
Yes.
Holy shit. What?
Better
No.
handles,
No.
better
no,
handles,
no.
better shooter.
He does not see the floor as well as Luka does. He's not as dynamic of a player.
When we
as
have positionless basketball, I don't need my point guard to be Rondo. I don't need him to get all those assists.
Luka is not as dynamic. What are you doing?
When
You're
you
killing-
have when you
You are
have
killing-
Murray and Jokic together,
you are
that's all the passing I need.
killing
That's
me.
all the passing I need. And Murray's a better defender because he's a true point guard, 6'4" if I believe. Luka's 6'5", sometimes playing the 3. He's not defending the 3. He barely can defend the 1.
I'm gonna totally remember this conversation. I need to remember this show, so that way halfway through the season I can like give you an enormous amount of crap.
Please
for
do.
this absolutely idiotic statement that you just made.
You know who carried their team through the playoffs? Jamal Murray, Nikola Jokic. They carried their team through the
no,
playoffs.
and
You know who didn't carry their team through the playoffs?
agree.
Luka Doncic. First round exit.
They also played a solid team, didn't they? I don't even remember who they
So
played.
did the Nuggets. They took down the Clippers.
Yeah, but I don't think the Clippers are like, I don't know. I just didn't feel that good about that team. Hold on. Man, keep
So,
going.
so you want to know? So if Kawhi really is the number 5 on that list, Jamal Murray took down the number 5. Luka couldn't.
Keep going. I'm
So Luka Doncic, again, if we're talking purely starting a franchise, I mean, and just looking at, if you're starting a franchise, only looking at statistics, only looking at points, rebounds, assists, not looking at shooting percentage, not looking at true shooting percentage, not looking at defense, not looking at how to build a true team. Luka plays like LeBron, but he doesn't have the physical attributes. He's slow, his handles are good, but they're not elite, and he doesn't play defense. So right now, he would not be in my top 10 to start a franchise.
Here we go. So there's 7.
He did not elevate his team when it mattered. It's his first playoff appearance. Okay, but LeBron in his first playoff appearance took his team, I believe, to the Eastern Conference Finals. He elevated his team. So if you're going to put Luka right under LeBron, barely under LeBron James, no, not yet. Talk to me in a couple years, but not yet.
I wasn't saying that. I'm not saying I'm not taking. No, and I do agree with that. I'm not taking. So if I had to win today, right now, I'm taking LeBron.
Right. And there are a lot of other people on that list that I would take over him too. I would take Steph Curry every day of the week over. I mean, literally every other. Who is number 9 again?
I'll take over him right now. 9 was James Harden.
Yes, I would take every other player on that list over Luka Doncic, and then probably some players off the list too.
Now?
Yes, I will take all 9 of those. I will
No.
take LeBron, AD, Giannis, Kawhi, KD, Harden, Lillard, Curry, Jokic, all of them.
I would take. To be honest with you, if I had to win tomorrow, if I was like, damn, I need a guy right now, I would pick all of them over him. So I would actually go. I'd rank Luka at number 9. If I had to win, okay, so that's fair. We can do that.
Yeah.
Like if I had to win tomorrow, if I was like, okay, I like this is my team, this is my fantasy lineup, whatever. I would pick number 1. I'd go LeBron.
Yeah.
1, I go LeBron. 2, I would actually. This might surprise you. 2, I would go Curry. 3, I would go Harden. 4, Harden and Durant are kind of like, dude, but Kawhi too. That's tough.
So,
But anyways,
and again, it really depends on what kind of team you're trying to build, right?
correct. And like the pieces that are around
Exactly.
the team.
But I think when you're talking about top 100, because that's what the list is, right? It's ESPN's NBA top 100. This isn't the up and coming. This isn't the Forbes 30 under 30. This isn't the top 25 under 25 in the NBA, which people do sometimes. That's a completely different story. This is top 100 right now. So it's incredibly disrespectful to some of the other people on that list. Curry, who has won a unanimous MVP and has won multiple titles. Kevin Durant, who has won multiple titles and finals MVPs and is one of the greatest scorers of all time. Kawhi Leonard, who carried a Toronto Raptors team to the finals, is one of the best defenders of all time, to the point where LeBron James visibly grimaced when he came into the game in the finals as a rookie. You put him in the conversation with those people as a 21-year-old after 2 seasons. That is ridiculous.
You're heated. This is great. I love it.
It's pissing me off, and Richie can clip this. I don't even care.
Let's go. Finally, we got something. We got something for you to.
I get more heated. Well, part of it is because the Packers are not really a team to get me heated. I get more heated over the NBA.
That's fair. So I'm gonna let's bring it a little bit more local now. About with the Chicago Bulls.
Yeah.
Okay, so I still think they're a 7-8 seed in the NBA.
I don't know about that.
I do. Okay, so at the very least, we'll say this: they will battle for a playoff spot this year, I think.
Well, yeah, because 10 teams get into battle for a playoff spot.
So Kobe White said something pretty interesting this week too in an interview.
Yeah.
Or a press release or whatever, talking about Billy Donovan's offense. And he's like, he's like, just in like the very beginning of their playbooks, there's already more movement.
Well, so I would hope so.
But that also tells me how sophomoric. Ooh, that's a word of the day calendar type word.
That's a big word from Bruce. I'm proud of you.
Thanks, buddy. But that just shows you how sophomoric some of the plays were from Boylen.
Well, yeah.
How his offense was and how he was like that rah-rah guy. And frankly, NBA players don't need that type of shit. And I think the most successful – I don't even think he's really a rah-rah guy, but was Thibodeau. But he knew his X's and O's.
Yes.
And he would get in your ass if you screw something up.
Yeah.
But man, dude, I'm looking at that salary. I just saw the salary with Otto Porter getting this year. 28.4 million.
Ooh. I was going to say 25.4. Yeah.
Man, I was hoping so much that they would find somebody that was dumb enough to take his contract.
No, nobody's taking him.
No, and that's the reason why he opted in. He's like, dude, I'm getting paid this type of money. Hell no, I'm not going in. And frankly, I don't blame his ass for staying either.
You want to know who's starting in their first preseason game?
I haven't even seen that, no.
So this was the predicted NBC Sports, so Rob and all those guys predicted the lineup. They predicted Kobe and Zach, then the 3, Thad Young, and then Laurie and Wendell Carter. I would love to watch Thad Young roll out there with the starters.
He's so slow. I like to, dude. Back in the day,
2K.
He is good in 2K, and I actually I did like him when he played for the 76ers when they beat the freaking Bulls when Rose tore his ACL. But I'm good.
I also love bringing up the 76ers. I love how Daryl Morey was able to get to Philadelphia before James Harden could. He's like, I don't want to deal with this idiot again. You're staying in Houston.
Your ass is staying here, dude.
I don't want you. I
Oh
have
man,
actually young, talented players. I don't want you. I said it.
it's true.
Also, if we're really talking about win now, James Harden is only one above Luca in that top 10.
Well, you're pulling that back. I don't know, huh?
He and granted, I think that is a very different conversation. Again, putting him, I think he's one of the most talented players in the NBA. I think he absolutely deserves to be on the top 10 of the top 100 list. But
Mhm.
winning now, that's a completely different conversation. I could probably pick 15, 20 players I'd rather have on my team than James Harden because he's never actually won anything.
No, and like I think he as soon as like he touches the ball, it doesn't leave his hands.
Exactly. So,
That was another question that was brought up on Chicago Sports Talk this week too. Was would you want James Harden on your team?
I don't want to. Looking at his trade destinations, I don't want him on the Bucks. I don't want him on the Heat because he and Jimmy Butler are going to kill each other.
Jimmy Butler would totally just get
Jimmy
at
Butler would destroy his soul. Um,
it.
although they'd probably be friends because they'd go to strip clubs together. And then I don't want him on the Nets because then you have three guys who are ball handlers. Kevin Durant can play off ball, which he did in Golden State very well, but Kyrie doesn't really
Right.
play off ball. The reason he and LeBron worked so well is because he really only handled the ball. I mean, his usage rate was so much lower with LeBron than he has been on any other team. So, I mean, I don't think Kyrie is going to respect James Harden the way he respected LeBron enough when they were in Cleveland to win a championship. So
Right.
then you look at that. There was Milwaukee, the Nets, the Heat. What was the fourth one? There was another. I thought there was a fourth trade destination.
Uh,
Oh, Philadelphia.
really?
And that's not going to happen because Daryl Morey doesn't want to give up Ben Simmons and Embiid, and I doubt that there's anybody.
No.
There's not a trade package they can put together for the most part. I mean, you could throw Richardson, Matthias Thybulle, some young picks, but for the most part, it's not going to work.
Sorry. This is an interesting
That's
conversation
okay.
going on right now in the chat.
That's okay. I appreciate you interacting with chat while I rant.
Where do we go? By the way, why are we going into Philadelphia and having a conversation about Philadelphia sports? Frankly, I don't give a shit about Philadelphia sports.
Yeah, clearly, yeah. I mean, I already destroyed the Eagles earlier, so
True. True.
Carson
Um,
Wentz, like some of the throws he made against the Packers, I swear he just got the yips or something. Like he just forgot how to throw a 10-yard curl. Like he throws it into the ground, and it's not even because of the offensive line most of the time. He just throws the ball into the ground. And
Philly
so,
fans, if you still want Nick Foles, please take him.
please take him back. Yeah, you can trade Wentz for Nick Foles. You want Carson Wentz?
No, I'm good.
No, you don't want Carson Wentz. You're just gonna give him away.
No, just give him away.
Oh.
Take him.
Interesting.
I will trade Nick Foles for some Philly cheesesteaks.
Oh, that would work.
I'm down. I'll take him. I'll take a Philly cheesesteak right now. That shit's good.
Oh gosh.
I love it.
Let's see.
So we got about 10 minutes left.
Yes.
I'm actually curious to talk to you about like some strangeness going on.
Yes.
All right. So PlayStation 5
Yes.
just came out, correct?
Yeah.
All right. So I don't know about you. I was always curious because you're what 15? How old are you? 20? 21?
Yeah. 20.
So you're 16 years younger than I am. I'm
Correct.
an old fart.
Yes. You're almost twice my age.
Correct. I'm an old ass cat. That's
Yep.
cool. Dude, I'm a cougar, dude. I prop. That's going on TikTok. All right. So my question to you though is this: what was your first system that you played?
The Wii.
The Wii. What was the go-to?
Madden 9. That had Brett Favre on the cover. Sorry, Madden 7.
Wow. Okay. No, yeah, yeah. I had that for PlayStation.
Yeah, and it was my favorite for a very long time because they had the like the My Player.
Hmm.
They had that mode where you could create your own player, and that was the only Madden that I ever had on the Wii that had that.
That's pretty cool, dude.
So that was my favorite game, and then there was also my favorite baseball would have been 2K11 that had Justin Verlander on the cover, and
Oh, dude, triple play baseball for me. I don't know if you've ever heard of that or played that, but that was the
no,
go-to. So if the makers of triple play somehow see this, hear this, or anything like that, y'all, that was a solid ass game.
that was
It
a
was EA.
good
It was
time.
EA. It
Oh
was
really?
EA. Yeah, I
Okay.
forgot that.
Well, yeah,
But
I don't know. But no, my it was yeah, it was that. And then once I went to Xbox, I got an Xbox when I was 16 when I broke my spine. Um, I got an Xbox, and then it was
nonchalant when I broke my spine.
well, yeah, I mean, that's how it is. Story time for another day. But no, I got Madden 2K. That's when I first. So I mean, I paid attention to basketball my whole life. Um, but that's when I really started getting into basketball was when I had time to sit down and play 2K because I enjoyed watching basketball. I never really understood the game on a deep level. But then I got 2K, I started playing it, so I really understood it. And then I started knowing all the players. So that's when I really got into basketball was when I was 16. I've been following it for a long time, but that's when I really like focused in on it.
You know what's kind of crazy? So speaking of basketball and learning basketball, I was a lot better with player names and teams and all of that stuff when I was younger. As I've gotten older and
Yeah,
coaching basketball, I have a higher amount of appreciation and love for the general game of
right.
basketball than I do for any particular player. Yes, I do have my favorite players, and yes, I still watch the NBA. I watch
Yeah,
college, but when I see, so this is gonna sound like so nerdy, but I'm cool with it. But so when I was watching the Duke U of I game this week.
yeah.
By the way, Illinois was +3, took that shit and won.
Oh yeah.
Uh, I watched there was a double stagger screen on the weak side, and
Yep.
some people are like, "What the hell is all this?" But I was watching when I was watching it. So there was a double stagger screen into a stagger ball screen,
Yeah.
and then last guy rolled, but they didn't make the roll. But just seeing like that stuff, that's the things that I recognize that I see as a
I
basketball
actually
coach.
understood that too.
Nice, that a boy. And I love it. I love that aspect. I love seeing that stuff. That's the things that I look for in basketball and play and movement. Like the prettiest thing that you could possibly see. I'm going to totally give your favorite team credit.
Yeah.
Is that watching the way that the Warriors and the flow of that offense. I will say was, but
Yeah.
because I, no,
Who knows what
but
it'll look like this year?
no, 100%. But so as I digress to what, but in something else. But yeah. So okay, fair enough. So what's the favorite? I love how we're interviewing you now, MJ. So
Do it.
we're falling into the holiday season, brother.
Yes.
So what was your favorite holiday gift that you received ever? Ooh, putting
Well,
Mr. Hurley,
this is
Mr.
hard
Hurley putting you
because
on check.
well, this is hard because there's I don't think my dad's watching right now.
Oh,
But there's there's like the childhood
nice.
emotional attachment to some gifts. So I mean, I got a bunch of Packers jerseys and stuff like that. Oh no, he is what? Is he watching? They're down. Wait, I don't know. I'm not sure if he's watching or not. But no, there's the emotional childhood attachment to. I got a bunch of Packers jerseys when I was younger, and I remember very specifically my dad bought me. Well, my mom and my dad. I used it with my dad, so that's why I associate it. But my parents bought me a football and a kicking tee, and so my dad and I would go in the front yard and play football and stuff like that. So those are my favorite childhood memories attached with it. But more recently, my parents bought me a monitor so that I could play games and for my work and stuff like that. So, I mean, usually it's something associated with sports or video games. It has been my favorite gifts. Not that I
Right,
don't appreciate the clothing and stuff like that,
right.
because especially as a broke college student, I appreciate socks, underwear, pants, sweaters, stuff like that.
Normal.
But I'd have to go with the jerseys, the football, and then more recently, the monitor that has served me well for the last year.
Foosball. All right, fair enough. I would actually say my childhood would be two. It was Nintendo first. That was like
Ooh,
game changer.
yeah.
No pun intended. It was Nintendo for original Nintendo. I can remember playing Super Mario Brothers right away as soon as I got or my dad got everything hooked up and playing, or I started playing it. That and Duck Hunt, that was the ish. And then Mike Tyson's Punch Out. Don't forget that was a
Oh my
sleeper game.
gosh.
Tecmo Bowl. Tecmo Bowl was amazing. Like that, like to this day, Bo Jackson, ooh, was that a return touchdown? Yes, sir. Bo Jackson was freaking. He was by far the fastest guy. I don't know if you've ever seen the Family Guy episode, but it was absolutely hilarious. But I'm Bo Jackson. If you guys get a chance, whoever's watching this you need to Google the Bo Jackson family. I'm gonna do that actually after our show ends because this shit's hilarious. Uh, but no, I would say Nintendo was my first, and then the second I would say PlayStation. But also with PlayStation, my mom and dad got me Twisted Metal, and
That sounds sketchy.
dude, that was honestly one of the coolest games for PlayStation that you could get.
Really?
Anyone, if like it was great, 100%. Uh, Sega CD, yo, Dreamcast. That was Dreamcast basically. Oh, see, they know. They know. Twisted Metal was amazing. That was like one of my all-time favorite games. Um, but no, to go along with what you said though, another one was a Jerry Rice jersey. Uh,
Nice.
I loved Jerry Rice when I was a kid.
Of course. Who
Um,
doesn't?
and more recently, I would say it wasn't a holiday present, but it was a birthday present. My fiance got me a trip to Vegas, so
Ooh.
that was badass.
What
It was
happens in
hilarious.
Vegas stays in Vegas, Bruce.
I was about to say maybe I'll share with you guys. It was pretty damn funny. I'll share it. Whatever. What time we got? We got 2 minutes.
We
I can
got a
give you
couple
guys.
minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, I can give you guys this hilariousness.
Closing story.
It's like our room was a beautiful, beautiful room.
Yeah.
Um, I can't remember the hotel, the name of the hotel that we stayed in. She's gonna give me crap for this. But anyway, it was a beautiful hotel. It was on the strip. Uh, and damn, what was it? But she was out in the bedroom area, and I was in the bathroom just chilling, and I was like, I had a few juices in me,
Yes.
and I was in the bathtub and full clothed. Well, I was wearing like because we were going down. Well, we were going to go down actually to swim at the pool or sit in the pool. But I was wearing so I was just wearing swim shorts.
Yeah.
So I was just hanging out, whatever. And I was like, I looked over and I saw a juice right there. So I laid down in the bathtub and I cracked open the juice and I just started pouring it on my head, and like I don't know what I was doing,
Why?
just because I could. And then I was in Vegas. I was sitting there having I'll just say I was having a Coors Light bath. It was like it was cool.
Only Bruce.
I was man. I mean, that was like 5 years ago, 4 years ago. Something I don't know. Anyway,
That's
good
wild.
times. Good time. Hey, what stays in Vegas?
You right. But yeah, so I believe that's all. Oh, Sean's here right at the end. Hello, Sean. How you doing?
What up, son?
And so a little preview of what we got coming up. So I'm springing part of this on you.
I got shirts, guys.
Ooh, Bruce has more shirts. Wear the shirts. Buy the shirts. But no, next week we're gonna have. I believe he played in the NFL for 10 years. Ziggy Hood. He was on the Steelers defense that lost to the Packers in the 2010 Super Bowl. So I'm definitely asking him about that.
I was gonna say you're gonna bring it
Best
up.
believe it. And then the week after that, I believe Bruce and I are going to have a old friend of ours on the show for a Christmas Eve special. This is what we had talked about before, Bruce. You know what I'm talking about. And then I am actually going to be traveling on New Year's Eve, and I assume Bruce has something going on New Year's Eve. So we probably will not have a New Year's Eve show because I will not be with any of my equipment and, take a break.
Maybe I'll just do it by myself, MJ. No, I'm just kidding.
If you want to, go for it. If you want to get a guest and do it by yourself, go for it. Do a little
People will be they would get annoyed with me.
Bruce and the People podcast.
Oh, bam! You got my new show, Bruce and the People.
I love it. But then we already have, I think I have all of January
Yeah.
already lined up.
Don't even say it.
Um,
Don't tell anyone
no,
yet.
no names.
I'm gonna,
But
I'm
we
gonna let me
have.
I'll make the graphics for that ish.
I think we have. We're well rounded. There's a older basketball person who was supposed to be on the show today, but had some business to take care of, so he's gonna come on in January. Then we have the first baseball person that I told you about, the football guy, which may not be till February, but Bruce also still knows who I'm talking about, I think. Um,
Basically, I need to stop talking crap about them.
yes. And then we have a very esteemed
I'm sorry.
Chicago broadcast person who is
Yes.
going to come on the show. So that's what we have planned for 2021. So buy the merch, get involved in everything because Bruce and I are not done yet.
All I'm saying is, I know this isn't our end of the year show or anything,
Yeah.
but this 2020 may have been crap for some, and for because we've all gone through our trials this year, but this came out of 2020, so I'm cool with it and happy about it. And dude, I'm gonna tell you guys, we have some badass people that are coming out for 2021
Yep.
on our show. And frankly, a lot of people are going to be absolutely shocked, and they're going to be like, "How the hell are you getting?" I've already gotten that question. How the hell are you getting these people? But I'm guaranteeing that we're going to get a lot more of how the hell are you getting these people. So y'all better
For
watch
sure.
this.
For sure. So that's what everybody can be expecting. So with that little preview in mind, Bruce, any last words for the people?
Buy the merch, have some fun. Go Bulls tomorrow. Oh, Bears prediction. Chicago Bears 1, Texans 2.
Cool. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Packers 31, Lions 10.
Yeah, I don't think I think the Bears lose. I'm sorry, guys. Like I'm done.
Yeah, Bruce
I'm
is
done.
sad. It's okay. Bruce will probably be more active next week with the Bears, but that's okay.
Yeah, probably. Probably. I'll drink some coffee too, so I can wake up and be a little bit more.
Perfect. I
Hopeful.
took care of the ranting today. It's okay.
You did. It was great. It was great.
Yes.
I'm gonna go enjoy my Chipotle, guys. Thank you so much for watching the show. Buy some merch. Direct message us.
Yep.
Let us know. I got shirts. I got some more of these bad boys lined up. So let us know.
Sounds good. Talk to you later, guys.
See you guys.